Why are some people disappointed about what they have seen until now, with all leaks and so on, about the iPhone 5, the next iPhone? Hi and welcome to another episode of the CARVLOG Show. I have seen a lot of people that are disappointed about everything they have seen on the web about the new iPhone, the iPhone 5, and all the leaks about it and images of stuff and how it will look and so on. I don't get it. How can you be disappointed? What can they do? I mean, a phone is a phone. What more would you like it to have, really? I mean, they can only update the specs and change the design, and they have done that. So I mean, what more can Apple do? I mean, the next Nexus phone from Google, what will that have more that it doesn't have now? I mean, only new specs and new design. That's it. You can't do anything else. So I don't get it. Why are some people disappointed about the new iPhone? I mean, it's only rumors, and you can only have more specs, updated specs, and a new design, nothing else. So please tell me, what do you think, and what do you hope the new iPhone will have? I mean, tell me. Because I don't know anything. I can't come up with anything that I hope the new iPhone will have, because of all the leaked specs we have seen and the new design, it has everything that I can imagine. What more do you want it to have and be and can do and so on? I mean, do you want it to be able to fly? Or do you want it to have a projector built in or something? Or what do you want, really? I think that's silly to be disappointed about something that we haven't seen yet. And a phone is a phone. What more can it be? Nothing. Updated specs and a new design. Nothing more. And some people are disappointed what they have seen in the iOS 6 version. And I can understand that. I didn't think it was so exciting either, but I don't think we have seen everything in it yet, because Apple couldn't show us all, because then they would reveal too much about the new iPhone. For example, if the screen is 4-inch and the phone is taller, then I think we will have some kind of widgets at the bottom of the screen. A widget bar, for example. That widget bar Apple couldn't show us. Simple. That's only one example. I think that's a lot of things that Apple couldn't show us in iOS 6 and couldn't show us in all the developer versions that are released. But I admit, iOS 6 hasn't changed much in all the years I have had the iPhone. I admit that. So, but I don't think it needs to change. So that's the thing. Why should it change? It works perfectly fine. What more will we have in the iOS 6? So, same thing there, really. Why change something that works and have an excellent user experience? I don't know. And another thing about iPhone leaks, everyone have seen the smaller dock connector now. Nothing's exciting about that anymore, because it will have a smaller dock connector, I'm sure of that. But what I will talk about now is that I think Apple are doing another kind of dock connector because it will support USB 3.0. I'm sure of that. All the new MacBooks has USB 3.0 now, and for example, when I recording this vlog at my lunch at work, I transfer this video to my MacBook Air, and that takes quite long time because the iPhone 4S only support USB 2.0, and if the new iPhone will support USB 3.0 through the new dock connector, then it will be much faster transferred to my MacBook Air. So that's why I think the new iPhone will support USB 3.0, and I'm really confident about that. I'm sure of that. It will support USB 3.0. Last week I did a video about that I tried to do a podcast feed with my CARVLOGs, but I didn't succeed. I thought I could use the YouTube videos as is, upload it to YouTube and make a feed of it, and use that feed in all the podcast apps and iTunes and so on. But that didn't work. But a friend of mine on Google+, Christopher Rizzo, he tipped me about a video service called Blip.tv, Blip TV. And Blip TV makes an iTunes feed directly when you upload videos. Really cool. So I uploaded some of my latest car vlogs to Blip TV to try it, and added that feed from Blip TV to Downcast on my iPhone, a great podcast app, and they worked. Not at first for me because Downcast crashes every time I click play, but I asked Christopher Ritz if he could try it, and it worked for him really great on both iPad and iPhone, and I asked other users to try too, and it worked also on Android phones. Really cool. So now I have a podcast feed that works. I'm waiting for an email from Apple that says that it's ready in iTunes, but the feed, I already have the feed, and I will put it down below in the description text of this video, so you can subscribe to that feed if you want to subscribe to my videos in a podcast app. So check the description text of this video so you can subscribe to my new podcast feed. And the podcast feed will only have the full length episode of the CARVLOG Show. Another thing in Downcast, a great podcast app on iOS, is that if you subscribe to my new podcast feed there with my videos, then when you play it, you can choose streaming. That's cool. I always do streaming because I don't like to have to wait to all episodes to download, so I use streaming. You can choose streaming or download. And when you click on play on my video, for example, then you can choose to watch video or only listen to audio. And that's really cool, because my car vlog show, you can decide to watch or listen to. It doesn't matter. You don't miss anything. Not much, really. You miss how I look and how all my gestures I do and so on, for example, down below in the description text and so on. But you can, if you want and if you like, for example, listen to my CARVLOG show when you're out jogging, for example. Then you can choose audio. and that works when you stream too. So streaming audio from a video is really light on your network and so on. So that's a really cool feature in Downcast, I think. You can choose streaming or download, and you can choose audio or video when you listen or watch a podcast. That's really great. But now I'm at my work, so we have to quit this first part of the CARVLOG show. So see you later. Bye. Which Android phone is best? I've been testing some Android phones lately. Very briefly, I tried a HTC One X, Google Nexus phone, and Samsung Galaxy S3. And to me, the HTC One X was snappier than the other two. I tried to start apps at the same time on the phones, and when I tried the YouTube app, I click on them at the same time, and on the One X it was instant. The app was loaded instant, but on the other two it takes some very, very short time before the app started. But on the One X the app started instant, and the same with starting other apps like Gmail and the web browser. So to me, that was a quite difference from the other two. And but when I swipe between menus and so on, and on the home screen and all that, then maybe there was no bigger difference. But just with starting apps, there was a difference actually between the three phones. And personally, I think the HTC One X feels better in the hand than the other two phones. But of course, only the Nexus phone had a pure Google experience running vanilla Android. And that is what I want when I buy an Android phone. I don't want to have TouchWiz or HTC's Sense UI. I don't like them. None of them. So I want to have a pure Google experience, vanilla Android. And I don't want to have to root my phone or try custom ROMs and so on. I just want a phone out of the box running on pure Google experience. Pure Android. Vanilla Android. Nothing else. I don't get it why not more manufacturers really release their phones with vanilla Android instead of their kind of pointless UIs. I don't get it. For example, HTC are really going bad at the moment. They don't sell much phones. They lose money at the moment. But why not try to sell a phone with vanilla Android that gets updated when a new OS version comes out? No problem for the customer, instead of having all these strange UIs. Much better. And look at this. Sony releases the new Xperia. Sony Xperia SL. Sony Xperia SL. And it will come with ice cream sandwich. I mean, why not the latest Jelly Bean? I don't get it. This is really bad with Android phones. Really, really bad. Okay, I know they must do all their UI shit and so, but why don't wait until all that is finished then? And then release the phone. Why release it with an older operating system? when they can release it with the latest jelly bean and wait for the release. I don't get it. It's really bad of all the manufacturers doing this. Release a brand new phone with an old operating system. I mean, really bad. So to me, there is only two options, maybe three with a Windows Phone too, but to me, there is only two phones, and that is the iPhone and the Google Nexus phone. Galaxy Nexus. The only two phones. All other are not for me. And I don't like phones with changeable batteries and expansion slots and so on. That's why I think the HTC One X was a really good phone, because it doesn't have all that. Because if you have a exchangeable battery, then you have a backside of the phone that you can take away, and every time you take away the cover, then it gets sloppier, and the build quality is a lot worse on phones that you can do this. A lot worse. I prefer phones that is in one piece with no expansion slots. Those phones are the best. Hopefully the next Google Nexus phone will be made by Asus, the one that did Nexus 7. And I think so. I think Asus will do the next Nexus phone, and it will have the same design as the Nexus 7. Hopefully. I like the design of the Nexus 7. Really good. So I've tried some Android phones, as I said, and it will be really exciting the day I buy an Android phone to try the pure Google experience and compare it to my iPhone and Apple user experience. It will be really interesting to see how good Android is and how productive and creative I can be with an Android phone. It will be really interesting. Okay, I need to give my car some gas now, so we have to quit this car vlog a bit earlier. So please like this video, give it a thumbs up for me, and please subscribe to my YouTube channel. I really need more subscribers to do that. Okay, bye.